Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Gangamaya Yamunamaya Ki Tulasi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Samaveda Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Gaur Premananda. All glories to the Son of the Bodhi Sri Krishna. All glories to the Son of the Bodhi Sri Krishna. All glories to the Son of the Bodhi Sri Krishna. All glories.
Maum Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Prasharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhaktadareshta.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadadaine Hiranyakashipu Bhakshaha Shilatankanakalaye Eto Natsimha Bharato Natsimha Yato Yato Yamitato Natsimha. Hare Krishna. Bahe Natsimho Hidaye Natsimha Avatara Kamalavare Nakam Adhuta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Dhanavrinda Keshavadita Nada Hari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Avadara Kamare Nakam Adhuta Sika Dalita Hiranyakashipu Keshavadita Nada Hari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Nada Hari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nashengade, Nashengade, Narshingade, Jaya Nashengade, Jaya Nashengade, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Paramakaranitai Gaurachandra ki. Hare Krishna. So once again we like to take this opportunity to welcome all the devotees for yet another session of our ongoing 5th inaugural anniversary celebration here at the Hare Krishna Study Center. As we welcome you all here this evening, those of you who are joining us physically, those of you who are joining us virtually, this evening will be becoming more and more intense, I would say. That, we started Tuesday on one level, and then Wednesday, then last evening, the presentations and Snana Yatra, and this evening Kirtan Arti will be doing a Vaishnava Homa or a Havan. Then we'll be hearing some presentations and of course ecstatic kirtans in between. So devotees who would like to participate in the Havan, you can sit around here, and we like to ask our kirtanyas to please assist us with some soft and very sweet kirtan while we are doing all the invocation for the Havan. Om Prajapati Vishnu Rishi Brihati Chanda Shri Vishnu Devata Agni Stapani Viniyoga Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Om.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna.
Mangalam Nama Agni Gacha Agni Tvam Mangalam Namasi Avayami Stapayami Prabhu Kripa Swagatam Kudu Om Dipasevai Idasantaram Avividya Dipayate Vivita Heta Samana Dharma Yastadir Eva He Vishnu Chataya Kaya Vivati Govindam Adipurisham Tamaham Bhajami.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Om Idam Naivedam
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Om Idam Ajmanam Mangalam Namai
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Om Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Para Sada Pasyante Sudayo Deviva Chakshuratatam Tat Vipranso Vipranyavo Jagivamsa Samindate Vishnu Yat Paramam Param. Om Krishna Vai Sachitananda Gunaha Krishna Adi Purusha Krishna Purushottamaha Krishna Utkarmadi Moolam Krishna Kasam Krit Adityo Mukhya Prabhu Puja Krishna Anadis Tasmin Anjantar Bahir Yat Mangalam Tallavate Krite Aham Kraturaham Yajnaha Swadaham Aham Mantraham Aham Evajam Aham Agnir Aham Hutam Om Swastina Govinda Swastitutananto Swastino Vasudeva Vishnu Dato Swastino Narayana Parvai Swastina Padmanabha Purushottamo Dadato Swastino Vishvaksena Vishwaishara Swastino Rishikesha Haridadato Swastino Vainoteo Harir Swastino Anjana Sutur Hanur Bhagavata Dadato Swaste Swaste Samangala Klesha Mahan Sri Krishna Sachitananda Guna Sarva Isharo Isharo Dadato. Hare Krishna. Om Prabhaniduda Pashva Yajna Pashva Yajna Pate Bhagaya Pata Sarva Bhutasta Ketam Puketam Napunanto Vag Isha Vacham Naha Swadato. Hare Krishna. So, those of you who are sitting around the fire, we humbly request, when we say Swaha, you can make your offerings direct into the fire. Try to not skip any of the offerings. So we'll have a few mantras that we will go through. And these are all prayers to the spiritual master, prayers to saintly persons, prayers, mantras glorifying or begging for the blessings of the associates of the Lord and directly the Supreme Lord. So this evening, our dear Dhanraj Bachai desire to hold this yagya, this havan, whatever desire he may have in receiving the blessings of the spiritual masters, the acharyas, great personality, the Supreme Lord himself. We will humbly request the Supreme Lord and the great devotees that they bless him immensely. And likewise, each and every one of us who are participating here this evening, and also those of you who are joining us virtually, you are also part of this. Om Bhur Swaha Idam Vaishnava Idam Namamam Om Bhuva Swaha Idamachuta Idam Namamam Om Swaha Idam Narayana Idam Namamam Om Bhuva Swaha Idam Anantya Idam Namamam Om Sahasra Sirsa Sahasras Om Sahasra Sirsa Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sa Bhumin Vishvato Vitva Tishantida Sangulam Swaha Idam Krishna Idam Namamam. So we'll be doing Udicha Karmana Homa. Om Shri Paramakaranikai Gaurachanjaya Swaha Om Vishvaksenaya Swaha Om Sanaka Sanandana Sanatkumabhya Swaha Om. Now we'll be offering to the 9 Yoginjas of grains at a time. The 9 Yoginjas, we're making an offering unto them. Om Kavai Swaha, Om Havai Swaha, Om Antarikshaya Swaha, Om Prabhudaya Swaha, Om Pipalanaya Swaha, Om Avihutraya Swaha, Om Dhumalaya Swaha, Om Chamasaya Swaha, Om Karvajanaya Swaha. Now offerings will be made to 12 Mahajans, 12 great personalities who said to know they are called Mahajans because they know or they study and they realize the conclusions of Vedic scriptures, and when you hear their names, you will also conclude the same. And begins from Narad. Om Naradaya Swaha, Om Kapilaya Swaha, Om Yamabhagavataya Swaha, Om Bhishmadevaya Swaha, Om Sukadevaya Swaha, Om Janakaya Swaha. Who is Janak? Who is Janak? Yes, so Janak Maharaj, the father of Srimati Sita Devi, is also one of the Mahajans. Om Sadashivaya Swaha, Om Prahaladaya Swaha, Om Brahmani Swaha, Om Balirajaya Swaha, Om Swayambhuvaya Swaha. Other great personality in the line. Om Garudaya Swaha, Om Hanumate Swaha, Om Ambarishaya Swaha, Om Vyasadevaya Swaha, Om Udavaya Swaha. And now the 5 brothers, the Pandavas, beginning from Yudhishthira Maharaj. Om Yudhishthiraya Swaha, Om Bhimaya Swaha, Om Arjunaya Swaha, Om Nakulaya Swaha, Om Sahadevaya Swaha. Other great personality. Om Viduraya Swaha, Om Vishnurataya Swaha, Om Viveshanaya Swaha. Now the 5 truths. The Panchatattva, beginning from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Shri Krishna Chaitanyaya Swaha, Om Shri Nityanandaya Swaha. Om Shivasariya Swaha. Om Pandit Gadadabhya Swaha. Om Shivasaribhyam Swaha. The 6 Goswamis, immediate disciples of Lord Chaitanya. They are called the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, beginning from Srila Rupa Goswami. Om Shri Rupaya Swaha. Om Shri Sanataya Swaha. Om Bhata Raghunataya Swaha. Om Shri Jivaya Swaha. Om Gopala Bhataya Swaha. Om Dasa Raghunataya Swaha. Great Acharya coming down in the line all the way to Srila Prabhupada. Om Krishnadasa Kavi Swaha. Om Naruttamaya Swaha. Om Vishwanataya Swaha. Om Baladeva Jagannathabhyam Swaha. Om Sachitananda Bhakti Vinodaya Swaha. Om Babaji Srila Gaukishudasaya Swaha. Om Srimati Saraswati Bhakti Siddhantaya Swaha. Om Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupadaya Swaha. Om Diksha Guruve Srimati Veerabahu Prabhuya Swaha. Om Sachitan Mahamantra. Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha. So let us completely surrender ourselves unto the Lord in the form of His holy name, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which can remove all obstacles, remove all inauspiciousness, purify us of all impediments, purify us of all sins, and ultimately bring us the supreme, most rarely achieved treasure, the divine love in Goloka Vrindavan, or Krishna Prema, love of God. Together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Swaha. So in the meantime, our is getting ready to lead us in Jayarada Madhava and a little kirtan just before we start to hear some recollections from different devotees. We'll be doing Prayaschittya Homa, praying and begging for forgiveness for any aparadas, any offenses we may have committed throughout the ceremony or in preparing for the ceremony, knowingly or unknowingly. So together. And of course, to ask the Supreme Lord to forgive us and also to give us the full benedictions for what this yagya is intended for. Om mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktahinam janaranam yat pujitam maya deva paripurnam tadastame swaha. Om aparada sahasrani kriyante aharnishamaya dasoham iti mam madva Shamasvamadusudana Swaha. Om Pratigantaya Govinda Name Bhakta Pranasyate Iti Samsritya Samsritya Paran Sadayami Aham Swaha. So those of you who are the Havan Kund, you can please stand. So everyone can please repeat after me. This is called Purnahuti, or the final offering for this Havan. Om. Please repeat. Om. Namo. Brahmanya. Devaya. Go. Brahmana. Hitaya. Cha. Jagat. Hitaya. Krishnaya. Govindaya. Namaha. Swaha. 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 So now beginning from Bachaiji, you can put into the fire. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Sya Purnameva Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Arvan Kirtan. Om Dija Shanti, Ashudaya Shanti, Loka Shanti, Prana Shanti, Vaishnava Shanti.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shanti, Shanti,
Krishna, Hare
Jai Radha Madhava, and then the
Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari, Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Yashodanandana, Jaya Brajajanaranjana, Jaya Yashodanandana, Jaya Brajajanaranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari
Jaya
Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari
Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajanaranjana Jaya Brajanaranjana
Jaya Yashodanandana
Jaya Brajanaranjana Jaya Brajanaranjana
Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya
Yamuna Giravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Radha.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava,
Radha
Radha
Madhava, Shri Radhe. Shri Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So welcome once again to our 5th inaugural anniversary of our temple here. Fifth inaugural anniversary of our temple here, ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center. As many of us would have participated 5 years ago, 2016, while we were honoring ISKCON or celebrating ISKCON's 50th anniversary, and also Guyana 50 years of independence. It would have been a magnificent offering to Srila Prabhupada and also to the entire country of Guyana. Many devotees were here, include one of our dearmost, His Grace Rajarshi Prabhu from Trinidad, who would have been preaching here in Guyana for maybe 35 plus years. That 2016 inauguration would have means marked 30 years since he started to preach here in Guyana. So Rajarshi Prabhu would have joined the movement at a very young age, over 40 years ago. And since then, sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness, traveling and living in ashram, preaching and studying in-depth Srila Prabhupada books, and traveling in India, traveled throughout the Caribbean, preaching far and wide on televisions and radio, and on so many different festivals all over. He would have been serving in different capacity, also temple president. One time he would have served here in Guyana as regional secretary for many years. And now, at this age, he is dedicating himself more and more into his bhajan, into his practice, and still in the preaching mood of encouraging and wanting to see the mission of Srila Prabhupada in the Caribbean make, strive more and more. So it's an honor for us. It's a great, it's extraordinary for us to have with us His Grace Rajarshi Prabhu on Zoom who will be making a presentation of his recollection on the inauguration of this project and even beyond. So without any further ado, we'd like to humbly request His Grace Rajarshi Prabhu, please unmute, turn on your video and go right ahead. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Can someone respond and say whether you are hearing me okay?
Yes, Rajarshi Prabhu, loud and clear in our temple room here.
Hare Krishna. So it is my pleasure to be associated with this 5th inauguration ceremony, and what can I say about what we are celebrating? This event that we witnessed 5 years ago is by far the most glorious, wonderful thing that took place in the ISKCON world here in the Caribbean. And those who were fortunate to be part of this and to experience this would really agree that it was the most spectacular event. I would say, being associated with Guyana since 1987, to put this in perspective, this grand celebration, I have seen the humble days of 24I flood front, down the dam, New Panihati in Sewell, the Truly Leaf temple in Mainstay, Essequibo. I have seen these projects and some gradual development, temples in these places. So what distinguishes ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center, it's good to note some of the elements, apart from it being, yes, another building, maybe a more grand building. Is that all? I would like to point out the functional nature of Hare Krishna Study Center. Some previous speakers, maybe Paramatma Prabhu, spoke about it as a pandemic period. But Hare Krishna Study Center has been so dynamic. When you just observe the video presentation on Zoom of the kirtan and whatever, at least for myself, I could acknowledge, how much the devotees are improving. So I'm speaking about the functioning of Hare Krishna Study Center. Yes, it was glamorous, that wonderful opening 5 years ago. But I'd like to look at some of the elements that brought about this great project. Let us first identify the vision behind the project. And when we speak about Prabhupada Dev, that also implies Mother Vishaka. Behind every successful man, there is a glorious and successful woman. I don't know if Modi will disagree with me, but anyway. So when we speak about Prabhupada Dev Prabhu and his vision, yes, there are many projects, many buildings, and so on. But I'd like to identify some of the elements that made this grand project and the grand presentation and so on so glorious. One of the qualities of a leader is to share the vision. There's some vision, you have some vision, and to be able to share that vision with others. To inspire surrender. Now, at present, we have very wonderful, competent, new people involved with the project. But one of the persons, he may be in the background now, and that is Giri Krishna Prabhu. But because I have been all along, I can appreciate that wonderful commitment of Giri Krishna Prabhu in support of Prabhupada Dev Prabhu's leadership for the development. So Prabhupada Dev's ability to inspire surrender in others, commitment from them. One important aspect is there's a Guyana standard. But Prabhupada Dev Prabhu's ability to identify successful projects and integrate, get things from those projects. And I'm speaking about glorious projects like ISKCON Chowpatty, Radha Gopinath Mandir, and Pune. Prabhupada Dev Prabhu's ability to identify success and take from that. And you can see that in so many different aspects of the project. In other words, he didn't remain just like a little frog in the well there, confined to, just a little, I'll do a temple a little better than another one here, no. So that's a very important area. One other important aspect was Prabhupada Dev Prabhu's investment in people. Some people on their own, they would have probably never made it beyond the shores of Guyana. But being part of his glorious plan, they had the great fortune of going to India and experiencing big projects, wonderful projects, getting exposure. So that's another area, his investment in people and not just in concrete and stone, investing in people. Now, because of Prabhupada Dev Prabhu's alliance with these glorious projects, Radha Gopinath Mandir and Pune, we saw their reciprocation, their glorious participation members coming from India to Guyana, South America, making a tangible input into that grand opening. That was certainly, yes, we had people from all over. I mean, can you imagine someone coming from Brazil, devotees from Suriname, the Far East. We had people from Suriname. I was very proud and happy when some people who I was instrumental in inspiring to become devotees from Barbados, when they took the opportunity and they came. And of course, you know, if you could remember, they had the opportunity to go on the stage and proudly speak about their experience of Krishna consciousness. So to identify some of the glorious areas, I mean, Sashi Sutta Prabhu could give you the picture very like you watching it on video, right? That I won't do. But when I think about Prabhupada Prabhu's having Vamandev Prabhu, you know, they have experience with dealing with big festivals, big program. Now, to be able to accommodate the amount of foreign guests that came, not just foreign, but devotees who came from different parts of Guyana. Have so many devotees come from different countries, receive very wonderful accommodation, everything very nicely arranged. You can imagine if Shuddha Prem ever fancied himself working airport services, flight monitoring, well, he had his opportunity during this inauguration. Yes, Shuddha Prem monitoring whose flight delayed, whose flight changed, who is coming in when. And if Tridandi, he likes to get into many areas. If Tridandi ever fancied himself doing a shuttle, doing a taxi service, he had his opportunity for the opening also. Yes, bringing in devotees, delight in bringing in devotees. The wonderful program, so many people coming day after day to such a glorious program. The inspiration from all the devotees who are present. We're saying it's a once in a lifetime experience in the Caribbean, and that's like a challenge. Prabhupada maybe, you know, he would say, oh, we'll do something more glorious than that. Well, that may not be in my short lifetime, but if you do anything near to this in future in your lifetime, that will certainly be, you know, most glorious. But what we experience, as I said, is like the inauguration of a project for the future. Now, we may not have Giri Krishna Prabhu, who was like a one-man team long ago, but now you have some others. But the future of the project depends on individual development also. This project gives people an opportunity to mature, to grow, and not really like graduate, like kind of, you know like how people graduate and move out of UG. Krishna Consciousness, this campus, you know, at First Street Cummings Lodge is not like going to that campus where you'll graduate and you'll leave. This one, there may be changes in our life, in our ashram, in our different situation. But it will be nice if devotees could plan to be part of this glorious project. For many people, if on their own they're thinking about being doing something glorious and great by their own for Krishna, I would advise it be better to plug in with Prabhupada Dev Prabhu. Somebody who has been empowered by Krishna to, have some vision and to share. If you can plug in with him, great. Yes, you will be able to do something really glorious in the service of Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada's mission. So while the project is an opportunity for individuals to grow, individuals to come, plug in, be part of it, if we can identify this glorious project as something for our life, be part of it, and we can perfect our life, then I think that will bring perfection for many. So the project has a future, a glorious future. Yes, I would say 5 years after its inauguration, the temple is very much functional, even in these crisis and emergency situation, for devotees to cash in on so many preaching opportunities, sharing it through Zoom. That's the way these days we can share anything. So simultaneously, devotees are becoming purified, they're becoming mature, and we are spreading the glories of the Lord. So I would say this opening, although Sachisuta Prabhu will give you the details of the, but for myself, by far, it was one of the most amazing, glorious to have Vamandev Prabhu, Baladev Prabhu, Krishnanam Prabhu, and all the other devotees, all the devotees who came from everywhere, Sadhu Sangha. It was such a glorious thing, for devotees to participate. So, this is my little vision of the success of this project, and I urge everyone, it's an opportunity to continue to grow in the presence of this project. Just plug in and you will be able to grow in Krishna consciousness, and while you grow, you will simultaneously be doing a great service to the wider community. So, once again, thank you all, Prabhupada Dev, Prabhu Mother Vishaka, all the wonderful devotees like Shuddha Prem, Radha Kishore, Sanjaya Prabhu, Sachi Sutta Prabhu. These devotees stuck all along, and they're continuing to be loyal servants of the project, and many other devotees take the opportunity. I urge you, please continue to serve the project, and in this way you'll perfect your life and you'll do great service to humanity. So the inauguration was glorious. We recall it now, and we continue with the project serving humanity. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Rajarshi Prabhu. Let us all put our hands together. Hare Hare Krishna. So that was His Grace Rajarshi Prabhu, and you just cannot miss that voice. We miss that voice on television, and those examples and those levels of preaching. Rajarshi Prabhu, as you were speaking about, the connection with Chaupati and later on ISKCON Pune, I think a lot of credits should go to your good self. I don't think it would have been possible without you. As maybe you can remember, you were the one who pointed the way for me to go to India 2002. I was heading to the US, and you turned my journey, my attention to India. And 4 months in India would have marked 2002, means 2022 will be 20 years of our connection with Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir and Gauragopal, Gauranga, Govinda, Vamandev Prabhu, and all the other devotees, Krishnanam, and everybody else. And that is, where it all started. And that, little encouragement, I would say big encouragement, under the mango tree that was behind the little house that I was staying in Crane Temple, just there. The two of us was talking, and you turn it into an India trip. And our connection with Bhaktivedanta Mana also would have begun. It is one that we didn't, let's say, take so much advantage of, but it is still there, the connection is still there. And speaking about graduation, I would just like to say that, yes, our graduation in Krishna consciousness is how much we'll be able to remember Krishna while we are taking our final breath. That's the mood of the devotee, is a lifelong commitment. It is ongoing. And speaking about a project, it is important for all of us to know what is happening presently, the dynamics that is happening presently. And this came with, I was saying last night that Baladev Prabhu said that all his godbrothers, all Radhanath Maharaj, top disciples, preaching in major countries all over the world. But how come Baladev Prabhu ended up in West Africa and in Caribbean, and more so Guyana? He's preaching in Guyana. So Baladev Prabhu, while he was in West Africa, and I keep telling him we need a devotee cook, we need chefs for the start of this restaurant. So in West Africa, he found this Indian devotee, Parthasarthi Prabhu. And since he arrived here, a week and a half ago, I can tell you, Rajarshi Prabhu, that there is a miracle at Lot 1, 4th Street, Cummins Lodge. Never ever before I would have seen such eagerness and joyful mood of taking prasadam. And I mean, anyone can challenge me in that. Devotees would normally be out of it in taking prasadam. But if I tell you beyond that, far and wide, wherever people taste the prasadam that is being cooked by Parthasarthi Prabhu, they are completely blown. So much glorification, so much appreciation. So much so, and this is the miracle part, that His Grace Radhakishore Prabhu, who we have been working on Radhakishore Prabhu for the last 5-7 years to get him out of border market. Well, Parthasarthi Prabhu is coming. Take Radhakishore Prabhu out of the market. The Radhakishore Prabhu said 2 days ago that he quits the market. He will be here full time at the Hare Krishna Study Center to start the restaurant and the snack kit to assist Parthasarthi Prabhu. Put your hands together. Vivo! Shri Shri Paramakarnanitai Gauda Chandra. So there are many things that are happening, many exciting things that are happening here at Hare Krishna Study Center. Some people are saying that they will pick up a lot of size because they cannot control themselves in eating, taking prasadam these days. So that's something that is really going on here. At this point in time, I would like to take the opportunity to welcome His Grace, and we heard so much about Vamandev Prabhu. So to welcome His Grace Vamandev Prabhu to make his presentation, to give his recollection. Vamandev Prabhu would have joined our temple in ISKCON Pune in India. And somehow the other we heard of the grand inauguration a few years before, 2013. We were there in Pune just after the grand opening of the new temple in Pune. And we learned of this magnificent festival for days that they had. And we went and find out, well, how they did it and what they did, and then we came up with a name. We were directed to Vamandev Prabhu. And that's how, through His Grace Radhesham Prabhu and Revatipati Prabhu and Baldev and Krishnanam and all the devotees from Chaupati, that we were able to get Vamandev Prabhu for a whole month here to help organize the festival. That time he was brahmachari, now he's adhikari. So without any further ado, let us hear the recollection of His Grace Vamandev Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Bhaktivedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauramani Pracharya Visheshu Pashati Dishitani Vancha Kalpataru Bheshcha Vipasam Bhekha Chapartana Pavadena Vishnu Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Sri Vasudeva Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. So I am very grateful to Prabhupada Prabhu who has given me this opportunity to share my memories, what I spent in Guyana. So basically, memories are those which remain in mind. But my visit to Guyana has some part of my heart remained in Guyana, because I could not see such wonderful devotee sangha in such a small country, so far away from India, so far away from proper dhams where we have been. Because when I came to Guyana, I thought that I will help in opening of a temple. Rather, when I came there, I got helped myself, because I am the one who got benefited, who got inspired, who got motivated, especially by the loving association of devotees there. And even among such atmosphere, which was not so conducive for devotional service, devotees are coming together and they have built such a wonderful memorial, not one, not two, so many temples. The main being the Hare Krishna Study Center at Georgetown. So my travel started not on a good note. Giri Krishna Prabhu was involved and we had a lot of mails, and I had gone to airport. And after going to airport, I came to know that I cannot board the flight. The reason being I didn't have visa, so that was my starting point to come to Guyana. So then in the night, middle of night, I had called Giri Krishna Prabhu, then he talked to his agent, and then finally some flight which were connected in logistics were booked, and then finally I came to Curacao. There also it was not a smooth drive. The flight which was supposed to be there from Curacao to Georgetown got cancelled. And then first time I had to stay in hotel in some transit. So I was sent to hotel and then I stayed overnight there, and then next day I boarded flight. And finally, after so much trouble, halt over in Amsterdam, stay over in Curacao, I had to come to Georgetown. And I had never been in South America for the first time. I had been to South Africa, North America earlier, but not to South America. So this was the first time I was coming down. And when I came, I was awestruck. First of all, the beautiful lotus flowers dawning every street and corner of this beautiful city. And second most important was the beautiful structure, not of bricks, not of cement, but the beautiful structure of ISKCON made by loving devotees. We had some association of Rantidev Prabhu in Pune, wherein we understood that he is such a wonderful Kirtaniya. And when I came to Guyana, I found out that Guyana is a storehouse, treasure trove of Kirtaniyas. So many devotees, practically everybody there knows how to sing beautiful Kirtans. And I, not being in trained in that thing, I really relished that opportunity. And then when I came in front of Paramakaruna, Nitai Gaur Sundar, the beauty of the deities struck me. And the aim was to open the temple and to help in the organization. So in organization, management is one thing, but if the devotees who are there in the management are not committed, they don't work, they don't perform seva as per instructed, then management remains just an empty structure. It does not give anything. No result can be obtained like that. So when I made some structure and when I found out the devotees guided by Prabhupada Dev Prabhu and wonderfully nourished by the loving care of Vishakha Mataji. They had wonderfully executed everything which was known to them, and therefore I had nothing to worry about and nothing to do, just by seeing their enthusiasm, commitment, and their sincerity. No? So it was a very nice service environment there, because everybody was having this service attitude. So if somebody is having service attitude, to do service becomes very pleasurable. We can see that how so many devotees, like we had listed so many devotees which I have worked with them, like Shuddha Prem Prabhu. He was constantly with me, such a charming devotee, such a wonderful devotee, always ready, eager to learn, eager to extend himself. So many devotees like him, such a Shuddha Prabhu was that time continuously engaged. I was scared. I said, my God, he is a man or he is somebody out of this world. Continuously working from morning to night, every day he was working, and working for whom? Not for his senses, not for some material purpose, but for pleasure of Shishinitai Virgin. And that was really amazing and touching to my heart. And then our Krishna Gyan Prabhu was also there, whom we had given this opportunity of serving with. I got opportunity. Such a wonderful Vaishnava, and such a Vaishnava with a very, very soft heart. And he performed those accommodation services for all the devotees so wonderfully. So many lodges were arranged, everything single-handedly. He could do. Obviously, I came to know that he was doing the theatre also later on. So, seeing this wonderful association, the job was done very easily. And by mercy of Lord, by mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the opening happened flawlessly, smoothly, no major hassles happened, including pleasure of Indra. Indra, they also did not shower his mercy much during that festival. So it could be done very nicely. And what to speak about the prasadam? I still miss the wonderful organic fruits and vegetables, and especially the wonderful prasadam which devotees made with their heart. So many items I learned for the first time. I used to know that puri is fried, but in Guyana I came to know dal puri is not fried, it is baked. So I really enjoyed that prasadam with wonderful devotees. And so many devotees, please forgive me because my memory is Kaliga memory, so I can't remember all the devotees' names. But all the wonderful devotees, their service attitude basically what is touching me. As we grow in ISKCON, I have seen that what remains in our heart is not the system. What remains in our heart is not the achievement we have done, like how many number of books were distributed. That does not give satisfaction. How many people I have brought to Krishna consciousness, that does not give satisfaction. How many lectures I have delivered nicely, that does not give us satisfaction. What gives satisfaction is this loving reciprocation with the devotees. And that is what is carried in the heart throughout life. And as I said in the beginning, my part of my heart has lost in Guyana. And if Krishna desires, and if he is really merciful, it will be great mercy on me that I can again come back to Guyana, because so many things have changed, but one thing never changes, the deep loving relationship which we have. And that is what is our hope in this material world. That is what hope I am. Recently I was reading some glorification of Nityan Prabhu, and because Shishi Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra are so merciful. So I'd like to offer the prayer to them, because all the devotees are so merciful. And by offering to all of you, I know for sure that you will also pray for me and forgive me for all the offenses which I committed knowingly or unknowingly. So this poem, this song is written by one Krishnadas. And because earlier people never wanted name, fame, glory, so they never used to write their name, many of them. So Krishnadas is some other devotee who has almost write Krishnadas. So he prays to Nityananda Prabhu. Few verses, only 2 verses I will share. Jaya Jaya Nityananda Rai, Aparadha Papa Mora, Tahara Nahi Kaura, Udhara Nija Karunaya. Nityananda Prabhu, this devotee is praying to Nityananda Prabhu. Jaya Jaya Nityananda Rai. All glories to Nityananda Rai. Aparadha Papa Mora. These I have one prayer to Nityananda, and I am praying this to all the devotees. I have one prayer to all of your lotus feet. Please do not consider my sins, and please do not consider my offenses. Once sins will be cleansed, but offenses are so difficult. And in course of our rendering service to Krishna and devotees, we do commit offenses knowingly and unknowingly. So I am praying to Nityananda, and I am also praying to all the devotees present here that please do not consider my offenses. Why? Tahara nahi kora, because somebody like you is very capable of neglecting our offenses and sin. Udaraha nija karuna, and please kindly deliver me. Only you can deliver me. And what is my qualification? Poet sings ahead. Amara asatamati, tomara name nahi rati, kahite nabasi mukhe laja. Amara asatamati, it means that my heart is very, very sinful. My heart is very, very sinful. Tomare name nahi rati, and I don't have absolutely no taste for your holy name. To chant my rounds daily is such a burden for me. To sit in a kirtan and sing your holy name, I feel it's a burden. I can't chant your name with rati. I don't have longing, I don't have attachment, I don't have attraction towards your name. And to speak these things, oh my dear Lord Nityananda, my mouth is full of shame. My mouth fills with shame, but still I am speaking this. Why? Janame kata kariyachi atma ghata ataye se morai kaja. And why I am speaking to you, my Nityananda? Because not in this lifetime. Janame kata. This is my situation, life after life. Every life I get your mercy, I get the association of holy name. But because my mentality is sinful, I don't endeavor to get taste for a holy name. Kariyachi atmagata. In this way, atmaghata, I am killing myself. Atasei morai kaja. And that's how I have landed up in a situation like this. And therefore I am praying to Nityananda Prabhu. And through this prayer I am praying to all the wonderful, loving and mature devotees of Vayana Yatra, headed by Prabhupada, Dev Prabhu and such wonderful devotee, that please pray for me. Please, I am in such a mentality. We need your prayers. We need each other. And like this, like serving, we had served together during temple opening. And serving like this together, one day surely we'll get mercy and we'll get that taste for the holy name of the Lord, wherein we'll continuously chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So therefore, this is my prayers and lotus to all the devotees. And we are celebrating 5th anniversary of our temple opening. And I am sure with such loving reciprocation, with no mentality or no ulterior motive for name, fame, position, post, no politics, this center, because it is based on such strong foundation, surely we'll see 10, 15, 25th, 100th anniversary of Hare Krishna Study Center in Guyana, from where thousands and thousands of students and devotees will get benefited in Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan, and mercy of Lord Nityananda and Gaura Prabhu bestowed upon them. So I am very, very thankful once again to all the devotees who have given me opportunity to share my memories. There are unlimited memories, and it won't be possible. I will have to come there to share memories in the living association of devotees. Surely one day we will be together again. And this way I please once again ask for forgiveness if I committed some offenses while performing my services. And again grateful to Prabhupada, Dev Prabhu, Vishaka Mataji, their wonderful son, and all other wonderful Vaishnavas there. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripa sindhubheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So let us all put our hands together for this grace. Vamandev Prabhu all the way from India, Pune. And so those who weren't here and those of you who are joining us virtually, so when you hear the name Vamandev Prabhu relating to Hare Krishna Study Center and the grand opening, he was the mastermind behind. If you came here and experienced something organized, something unique, something with a difference, it was all, what he would have learned from his masters and his seniors in ISKCON Pune, and in a little way what he would have reproduced here or represent here. If there were any flaw, if there were any shortcomings, that would have been that we weren't keen or good enough to follow exactly what he was telling us to do and what he was, what direction or what he was pointing out to us. But nevertheless, the little that, let's say, we would have been able to imbibe and practice, the festival would have came out the way it did. So thank you, Vamandev Prabhu, to being there, and of course, if we didn't get to thank you properly when you were here, going through all those austerities and difficulties to get here, would have been quite a bit. Forgive us, for all those inconveniences, and also please, accept our humble apology for anything that we would have fallen short in putting together while you were here, that it could have been much more grand than whatever it is. But nevertheless, with your blessings and your continuous well-wishing hearts, we are here to still receive your encouragements and your guidance as we take the project forward. At this point in time, I'd like to invite His Grace Shuddha Prem Prabhu, and as a young man, for the opening 5 years ago, you heard, Shuddha Prem Prabhu would have created such impressions in the minds of so many devotees. You heard Rajarshi Prabhu was just talking. Rupa Goswami spoke last month, and Shanta Vigra Prabhu, and just now we're hearing Vamandev Prabhu talking about Shuddha Prem. So while Shuddha Prem was doing whatever he was doing, he was at university pursuing his degree. So what that would have meant, I don't know. I never go through those ordeal to study and to want to be here at the same time. So it will be an honor and a great opportunity for us this evening to hear a few recollections from His Grace Shuddha Prem Prabhu. Put your hands together for Shuddha Prem Prabhu. Haribo.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Hare Krishna. So it's the 5th anniversary for our beautiful temple. And to be honest, I don't know where to start from, because there is so much memory from those days. 5 years back, I actually never sat and think about it. If I have to tell someone something, what would I say? But today I was asked to say something about my memory and everything that would have took place 5 years ago. So before Vamandev Prabhu would have came to Guyana, Prabhupada Prabhu would have asked me, because at that time I already would have left temple as a brahmachari. I left temple and then I went home back. So Prabhupada Prabhu asked me to come back and assist with the temple opening. So I was a month before the date of the opening. And I was preparing myself because Prabhupada Prabhu told me that His Grace Vamandev Prabhu will be coming. I only would have heard the name. I didn't know the person or anything like that. Just the name I would have heard then. So I keep hearing this name, Vamandev Prabhu will be coming, and I have to work with him. So one day, before Vamandev Prabhu came, I had to do something relating to the project, and I messed up. I messed up big time. And Prabhu, normally if you messed up and Prabhu wrong, then you will get, you know what. So he actually, he came to me and he said, if it's this the way I'll be working with Vamandev Prabhu when he comes again, if this is the way I will show him that we do things here. So I got very scared then, because I only heard the name Vamandev Prabhu, so I didn't know what to expect. Now Prabhupada Prabhu is telling me this. After making one mistake, he told me that if it's this the way we want to work with Vamandev Prabhu, so I have to do better than this. That's the exact word that he told me. I have to do better than this. So from that day, I actually started to get myself together and prepare to work with Vamandev Prabhu. When Vamandev Prabhu came to Guyana, it was such a experience that I think I will never get back in my Krishna consciousness life. He sat with me and he showed me every single thing from the beginning to the ending of the festival planning. We use the Google Sheet, and we have everything laid out. I can tell you, until now, I still have those Google Sheets. I can go and tell you exactly what was the menu for the first day for the festival. It's still there. All the menus, all the guests, who were staying where, who in charge for the service, everything is still there. And that was put together by Vamandev Prabhu. He showed me everything. So we had this little walkie-talkie thing that we were using to communicate with all the heads of department, all those devotees who had services. So Vamandev Prabhu and myself were like in the middle. So anybody had any problem, they had to contact us. And I don't know, but Vamandev Prabhu used to leave me alone sometimes. So sometimes Hare Krishna wants something, then Jayaguru Prabhu will call at the same time, then Prabhupada Prabhu will call at the same time. So now in my head, I had to select the one that is most urgent to attend to. So it was a very nice experience. One thing that really stuck with me was the night of the dinner, the VIP dinner that we had. It was such so much planning. It was so hectic trying to get people to confirm the date. We had to reach out to all the donors, the VIP personnels, all the government people who we had invited. I had to be behind them because somehow or the other in Guyana system, we don't normally confirm when we are going somewhere. But the dinner was set up in such a way we had to do that because we were limited with space. So we had to know how much people to cater for. So it was very hard. And even the day, I know I would have offended some persons, so I take the opportunity to ask for your forgiveness. I might have been harsh because I was placed in front of the door. So everybody, I had to check, make sure that they confirm, and they can go in. So I take the service very seriously that day, and maybe I tell somebody that, you know, your name is now here, you shouldn't enter. So please forgive me for that, but I was just trying to follow my seniors. So please forgive me. Yes, so after the dinner, I finally took a breath and I sat down, and then I looked across the hall, the dinner hall, and I was like, this is so amazing. I can't believe that we just put out such an amazing dinner, that we pleased everyone that would have came and took prasadam that evening. Everybody that came and took prasadam, they had something to say about the prasadam. It was such a feeling that I think I never ever will get back in my Krishna conscious life. I don't know, maybe we have to get the next VIP dinner again and bring back Vamandev Prabhu here and then do a next huge festival and organize something like that. And then also I had the opportunity to serve all the devotees, seeing that they have somewhere to stay, that they had full accommodation, they're sleeping, they had everything up to date in the room, they're eating. I remember my spiritual master was here, His Holiness Veerabhavu Maharaj, and Vamandev Prabhu told me from before, do not take any service to serve your spiritual master personally, because you already had so many services to do. I don't know what happened, but when I went into my spiritual master room, Guru Maharaj would have asked me to take up some service. I said yes. When I go and tell Vamandev Prabhu, I said, I told you not to do this. So you will have to see how you will manage, but whatever I ask you to do, you have to do it. So it was something very nice. It was a really good experience, and I can tell you that I think, and this is what I can say, is that me surviving my Krishna consciousness life until this day, I can say that serving the devotees is what makes me, or make me still be here until this day. Because I can remember in the beginning days, Prabhu would have told us when we were in Brahmachari ashram, he said that everything that you do in your Krishna consciousness life, do it to please the devotees and try to get the blessings of all the devotees. And as long as you get the blessings of the devotees, your Krishna consciousness life is super, it's like the supreme thing you can ever get. So when I had to organize and I had the opportunity to serve all the devotees, now I think that because of all the blessings that I would have received from all the devotees that would have came and who were here locally, all the devotees, with their blessings and everything like that, I think that is why I survived until this day. Wherever I go, I can always say that I'm from this kind of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center. So thank you very much, and please forgive me for everything that I would have done wrong. I don't know why Hari is showing that picture, but thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Our Kirtan is saying that picture was taken after the dinner. So I don't know what Shuddha Prem did so that, we had to take that picture. Thank you very much, Shuddha Prem Prabhu, for your recollections on the inauguration 5 years ago of our beautiful ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center. So it is winding up time, it is a static kirtan time, so we'd like to invite the kirtanias to please come across here and get ready. I'm clearing the stage for you. As you can see, I'm going away. So while you're getting set for last evening and also for this evening, there are continuous support of individuals, outpouring or overwhelming support, contributions, donations. All persons are giving time, they're giving their labor, those who are coming and attending, the few devotees that are participating. Radha Kishorananda Prabhu, Sanjay Prabhu, Sachi Sutta, and our cook, Parthasarthi Prabhu, supported by all the boys and girls. They have been overwhelming amount of work or services for the last week or so, and it will continue for another 2 days. So tomorrow it will begin at 3:30 p.m. with a mini special exclusive darshan of Lord Jagannath in a flowered airplane in the temple room here around Srila Prabhupada, coming up to the altar here where Nitai Gaurachandra will take darshan of Jagannath And again, going to the back of the temple room and coming, going and coming like that. That will be, the mood, Ratha Yatra mood. That, 5 years ago when we conceived of the festival, we'd have marked one day as Ratha Yatra Day. So tomorrow, and the vision is in years to come, in the near future, we wouldn't have to print invitations or flyers or anything. It will be known that the second weekend of July every year is Ratha Yatra Day in Georgetown or in Guyana. So tomorrow is Ratha Yatra Day. We urge all the devotees to please make some preparations, cook some boga, and bring some fruits, some vegetables, some flowers to offer to their Lordship, bring some water coconut, and take an opportunity to pull the, little piece of rope that you have to pull around the temple room here. At least get a little opportunity to just grab that rope and hold it. And remember the Ratha Yatra pastime of bringing Jagannath here into our hearts. Lord of the universe, please come. Please come, Lord of the universe. Please come within the innermost core of my heart. Of course, those hearts have to become more subtle than Mother Yashoda's butter that she was churning for baby Krishna. That is where Krishna wants to reside. That is where Jagannath wants to reside. And then Sunday will be the grand final programs. Tomorrow we'll hear hopefully from our GBC, from Baladev Prabhu, from Damraj Dev Prabhu. So it continue on and on, and we wish that the festivity can go beyond 6 session. So let's see what will happen. So thank you all very much. Thank all the donors. The Trans-Pacific family would have took the opportunity to sponsor this evening prasadam and garlands for the deities, flowers, and the Havan was sponsored by our dear Dhanraj Bachai, and so many devotees would have had the opportunity to participate physically here or on Zoom, on live stream, Facebook, YouTube. So please, 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 we have been sending out hundreds and hundreds of messages for the last couple of weeks, especially the last week. So please, we give the responsibility to each and every one of you for the rest of tonight till midday tomorrow. Send out the link to 10,008 persons at least, collectively. Each individual, take 50, take 25, take 108 persons that you will inform, or you will encourage, or that you will send a link to them to join for Kirtan and Darshan, special Darshan of Lord Jagannath tomorrow. Thank you very much. Kirtan, 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 and at the same time, prasadam, 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 prasadam. So please take prasadam, take in Kirtan, and tomorrow we require a lot of help. Immediately after prasadam, we require a lot of help to start to decorate. We're going to enhance the decoration in here, decorate the cart for Lord Jagannath. Whatever little you can do to decorate that cart, you do it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna
Hare